Hello students, welcome to inorganic chemistry class. Today class will discuss brief discussion of periodic table. So what are the prerequisites for today class? Already we have discussed what is quantum numbers, what are the different principles or rules for writing electronic configuration, what are the ground state electronic configuration of different elements. Also we have discussed what is the meaning of valence electrons. What are the learning outcomes of today's class? So after the class, every student can explain the laws of periodic table, predict the position of different elements in periodic table, and identify metals, non-metals and metalloids in periodic table, and explain the grouping of elements in periodic table. That means how we'll group different elements in the periodic table. So each and every student can explain after the class. Science has come a long way since Aristotle's theory of air, water, fire and earth. Scientists have identified 90 naturally occurring elements and they are artificially created 28 other elements. So these elements are arranged in a regular pattern in the periodic table. In 1869, Mendeleev gave his periodic table in which he has proposed a 70 elements of periodic table in which the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic mass. This Mendeleev's periodic table was modified by Moseley in 1913. Moseley determined the atomic number of elements and he arranged the table in order of their increasing atomic numbers. That this Moseley's periodic table is known as modern periodic table, in which the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic number. So, the periodic table displays the elements in the increasing order of atomic number and shows how periodicity or the physical chemical properties of the elements related to the atomic structure. The periodic table is made up of rows of elements and columns. An element is identified by its chemical symbol. So, in the periodic table, how the elements are present? So, above the symbol, the number is called atomic number and the number below the symbol is called atomic weight. And the rows in the periodic table called period and the columns in the periodic table is called group. Then what is periodic law or what is periodicity? That means there is regular variation of properties with increasing atomic number, which is the law of Mendeleev's atomic weight, which is the law of Mendeleev's periodic table. That means both the chemical and physical properties will vary with the increasing order of the atomic weight, which was given by Mendeleev, and this is the known as law of Mendeleev's periodic table. Then see, this is your Mendeleev's periodic table. According to his observation, he formulated the periodic law which said that the properties of the elements vary according to their atomic masses. So Mendeleev totally proposed 70 elements in his periodic table. So then Moseley give new periodic table that is known as your modern periodic table. So what is the modern periodic law? This modern periodic law states that the physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic function of their atomic number. So in Moseley's periodic table, you see there are also 7 rows called periods and 18 columns called groups. So totally 118 elements are placed in periodic table. So see, these are the what are the groups and periods in periodic table. So these are the periods. So these are these are the 7 periods in the periodic table. These rows are called periods and there are 18 columns in the periodic table and these columns are called groups. So What are the chemical properties and what are the family of elements in the periodic table? So chemical properties of elements are based on their valency electrons. That means the elements are arranged in the periodic table or different groups are according to their valency electrons. So group 1a means the whatever the elements are present, they contain one valency electron. Group 2a, the elements contain two valency electron. Group 3a, the elements contain 3 valency electron. Group 4a, they contain 4 valency electron. And last group VIII, they contain 8 valency electron. So, in general, the number of valency electron of a representative elements is equal to the group number. That means there is a group of elements known as representative elements in which the group number is according to the valency electron, that means outermost electrons in an atom. Let us discuss what are representative elements. So group A elements from column 1A to 8A are called representative elements. So 1A and 2A are, these are mainly the S and P block element. 1A and 2A are S block element, and these 3A to VIII are called V block element. Why these are S block element? Because in 1A and 2A the valence shell electron goes to the S orbital. And why these are p block element? Because in this from 3a to 8a, this in these columns the valence electron goes to p subshell. So these are p block element. So these representative elements, they are mainly metals, non-metals and metalloids. So metals are the except hydrogen. So these are all metals. So that means they are the metals, they are present left of the periodic table. And this side these are all non-metals. And some are the metalloids. These metalloids separated from the metals from non-metals. So how will identify the metals? So here you see the metals are the white color, whatever the white, these are the metals. And non-metals are these pink color boxes, the non-metals are present in this pink color process, and these are the metalloids. So what are the metalloids in periodic table? Boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, tellurium and polonium. These are the metalloids present in periodic table. What are the, let us see, what are the metals and non-metals? What are the characteristics of metal? The metals, you know, they are high electrical conductivity, they have good luster, and metals are ductile and malleable. So on the left side of the periodic table, except hydrogen, so all are metals are present. So these are the different metals. So then what are the non-metals and what are the characteristics of non-metal? So in the upper right corner of the periodic table, these are the non-metals. So non-metals are bad conductor of electricity, and they are also non-lustrous, and they are also gases at room temperature, and some others are brittle solids. So what are the characteristics of metalloids? So they exhibit the properties of intermediate between that of metals and non-metals. So important metalloids are silicon and germanium. So these metalloids, they are the stair-step line that divides the metals from the non-metals. So these are the lines, these are the metalloids which just divide from the metals, which just difference metal from the non-metals. It divides the metals from the non-metals. Then periodic, there are different periodic groups: alkali metals, alkaline earth metals, transition metals, lanthanides, actinides, halogens, noble gases and inner transition elements. So alkali metals group 1A are called in the periodic table are called alkali metals. These alkali metals are very reactive, they are soft solids, they will readily combine with halogens and form ionic compounds. They have easily loose electrons, and examples are sodium, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. So alkaline earth metals. So group 2A on the periodic table are called alkaline earth metals. They are the abundant metals in the earth. They are not as reactive as alkali metals. So beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium are alkaline earth metals. Group 3 to 2A are called in the periodic table are called transition element. Why they are known as transition elements? Because they have the properties transit from this 1A to 2A to P block element. From the S block element, the properties they have the transition from S block to P block element. So this is known as transition metals, or these are the transition elements. These are also known as D block elements, because in these blocks the penultimate cell, the D block is left. The last electron goes to the penultimate cell. And in the transition metals, they are mainly the importance for living organisms. And these are also minerals. And examples are iron, zinc, and manganese, and so on. Then the last two are known as inner transition elements. These are called all A block elements, because in these two periods, so the electron is progressively filled in A for subcell. So this is your lanthan. This is one, first one is your lanthanides, that is your 4F series, and the next one is your actinide, that is your 5F series. So that means in the next we will discuss mainly what is the A block element or the inner transition element. So what are these lanthanides and actinides? So lanthanide is also a part of inner transition metal. They have soft silvery metals. So from the atomic number 57 to 70, they are known as lanthanides. So why they are known as lanthanides? Because they are followed by the properties of lanthanides. So cerium, europium, yttrium, these are the examples of lanthanides. Then actinides, they are placed below the lanthanides. They are the radioactive elements. These are also the part of inner transition elements. So from the elements 89 to 102, they are called as actinides. So uranium, plutonium, beryllium, so mainly radioactive elements. These are the radioactive elements. So these actinides also, this lanthanide and actinide each contain 14 elements, and they are placed below the periodic table. Then halogens. Group 17 or group 7 elements are called halogens. So they are formed salts. They are also combined with group 1A and 2A elements to form salts. So they form ionic bond with group 1A and 2A elements. So examples are fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and attatine. Then noble gases. Group 18 or Va8A elements are in the periodic table are called noble gases. They are contain 8 electrons in the valence shell. These are relatively inert or non-reactive. So these are gases at room temperature. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. So these are the noble gases. So what are the reference? So you can follow Essential of Physical Chemistry by A.S. Bhal and B.S. Bhal, and Concise Inorganic Chemistry by J.D. Lee, and also you can follow internet for references of periodic table. Thank you all.